Hi guys, after yesterday's disappointment with this car with the air leak, before I went to bed last night I mixed up some 2-pack epoxy and covered over the area where the air leak was apparently coming from. Now, well, we'll find out in a minute whether it's made any difference. I was disappointed that I couldn't actually get it apart to have a look at it, but it's already been glued together, the main body, so I couldn't just take it apart and check. So this is the first pump. That doesn't feel like it's building up a lot of pressure. No, nothing. Up in the workroom now. Going to try and get a bit serious about cutting this apart. Taking the wheels off, they just pull off. I'm now going to look at actually cutting the bodywork up so we can see what's inside. There's no point in trying to get it apart on the seams because they're glued together. So I shall cut it somewhere around here, as close as I can along to the seam that goes all the way around here, and probably up over here somewhere. So we should be able to look inside and see how the pump's put together. I don't think I'll be able to get those front wheels off very easily. Well, I'll give it a try because that'll give me a bit more room to work then. Yeah. See what we can do. Probably stab myself in the hand with a screwdriver. Doesn't want to come off. I could just snap it off. Just seems a shame to do that. But this looks like a single plastic casting that goes across there to hold the wheels and the axles, and then it looks like it plugs in the front of this, and then it's glued all around here, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any chance of getting that apart, although pushing it like that, it's moving. I didn't expect that. It's moving, but it's not coming apart. I think I'll work on that for a minute, just in case we can get that off. Oh, brilliant. Well, that's our pump. Just a simple little rubber flap or valve on the end. As you push it, the air escapes, and as you pull it, it seals itself. Oh well, in that case, no cutting necessary. I wonder if that's where our air leak is. Just so we can see that valve up close, it is just a little bit of rubber. So as the air is pumped in, the air can escape underneath there, and then as you pull it back, that seals itself. Well, that's what's supposed to happen anyway. I was just trying to decide what sort of glue to use. glue that back in place. And I've just decided that I'm going to try and hot glue it, simply because I'm not sure if that is what the problem is. So if I hot glue it, I should be able to get it apart again fairly easily. You'll probably laugh at this, but the hot glue idea was what I would call a successful failure. It was a failure because the plastic is cold, and before I could get enough hot glue around it and seal it up, it had already started to go cold, so it didn't seal properly. So I tried it. It did improve the compression a little bit, but I had quite a few air leaks. So the success part was I was able to get it apart again, and I've peeled it all off again, so it's now as clean as it was before. And I'll have to try and find some other sort of glue that I can use that will stick this sort of plastic together. This time we'll try good old-fashioned Yoo-hoo all-purpose adhesive. Instructions say to stick non-absorbent surfaces, apply a thin layer to each surface, dry and free from grease, leave for a while, apply another thin layer and press together. You don't want to get any onto here, so I have to have that in already. And I'll put some round the edge, push them together, move them around a bit, pull them apart, so hopefully that'll coat both sides, both pieces. Leave it to dry and then put some more on and try it. Actually, the important surface is the inside, but I can't get to that. Not all the way round anyway. Let's see if we can do it with a stick. Push it together, pull it apart, leave it to dry, and then we'll put some more on. I've left it for a while. I assume the idea is it's air activated. So you put some on, leave it in the open air for the process to start, and then you should be able to put more on there and the process will continue. just have to leave that and see if it works. I've stretched a couple of rubber bands over it to hold it under compression while it dries. Well, I've left it overnight. I'm being very gentle with it, but that certainly held the pressure that time. I can just imagine if I give it full pressure, the front will pop off again. We'll test it now. Still want to be very gentle with it. Well, that did a bit. That was more than it was doing before. I just don't dare pump it up as hard as I can. But if you remember, it wasn't moving at all. Now at least it's going. Oh, it's leaking now. I've pushed it hard and the glue's stretched. So we're going to have a part 3, I think, or 4, however many episodes we've done. Right, I put pressure into it and that Yoo-hoo glue has given way. There's a big hole appeared there and the whole front section has moved out about millimetre and a half. So we know what the fix is. We need to glue that on tight. Yeah, great big hole there now. So, like I say, episode 3 or 4 to come.